Welcome back to the channel. This week we're taking a look at the 2026 Genesis GV70. This one is the sport trim, so it's got the V6, the 3.5 liter V6, and it's the all-wheel drive, of course. I have a little bit of experience with the GV70 electrified. I've done it twice now. I have not touched the gas version of the GV70, but either way, it was a nice experience. This new 2026 version has a couple of revisions here. It looks pretty cool. Let me turn the camera around. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So, it looks pretty cool. You can see that the front end is slightly changed. So they revised the front grille. It's a little bit less large, I feel like. It's quite loud right now because the AC is on full blast. It's really hot here in Quebec. There's a bit of a revised bumper there as well. And you've got like slightly changed daytime running LEDs and the headlights there. There's also new wheels for 2026. This is, you kind of got like these nice accents there on the wheel. You can kind of see it there in the black. Looks really, really cool. It got the Genesis Sport brakes. This is like I believe it's a matte blue color. It looks like matte black almost when you get really close, but when you look at it from this distance, it looks pretty good. This is Genesis's best seller, as I say that Genesis is. This is the best seller for all time for them. The GV70 does tend to sell well. More the gas version I see on the roads than the electrified, honestly. In the back, there's a little bit of a revised setup for the dual exhaust pipes, which are real. They're not faking it. They're kind of hidden, but they're not fake, which is nice to see. And then we have some, you know, the standard tail lights here, the all-wheel drive 3.5T, and then we've got the trunk space, the camera right there for the digital rearview mirror as well. I've got my car seat in here right now. There is some storage underneath the floor. There's a decent amount of space in here. I'll kind of empty it out later on in the week and I'll show you, but that's kind of how that looks for now. It's a really interesting interior. We'll get to all of it. But yeah, so far, like just first impression wise, exterior wise, this is a really cool trim. I love the matte paint color. Also, I think they changed the emblem a little bit. It's a bit of an updated looking emblem. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, I think they've done enough changes here to kind of justify like a little refresh, a little re-show of it, and it's a really cool trim as well. So I think it's going to be cool and fun to see. So let's actually hop in, and I'll give you my first driving impressions. Let's start there. All right, so out on the road for basically the second time this week. Picked it up, drove it a little bit. Now driving it for the second time in the evening here, because again, it's still summer, so I still get quite a bit of nice light out. And yeah, I don't remember so much of the electrification. The main thing that I remember from the GV70 is that it was so comfortable, and that's not changed at all. And as a matter of fact, if anything, it's gotten better. I think it is a little better. I know it has road preview and stuff like that, where it'll kind of see if there's any potholes or kind of, you know, check out what's going on the road and kind of adjust suspension so that it doesn't get to the driver. I really don't feel a lot of the big bumps. Like, I see them, but I don't feel them in my seat or in the steering wheel. So it's doing a good job at filtering all the bumps out before it actually reaches the driver's mind, I guess. So that's really cool, and that's really what you want your Genesis to be. I don't think you're buying this because it's super performy. I think you're buying this because it's really comfortable. There's a decent amount of space, and it has the added like aspect of, yeah, it's got speed, but mainly it's comfort and luxury. And to those two things, I mean, Genesis just does it right. They just get it right. I mean, there's just not a lot of people better than Genesis, and they've kind of made their statement or made their mark with the German automotive brands too. I feel like they do have a place in this game, in this luxury segment, and they're here to stay for sure. But it does have speed. It is a genuine V6, so let's give it some beams here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not gonna knock your socks off or really any sense of the word, but it is very nice. It is a very nice sound. A little bit of pumped in audio, I'm pretty sure, but honestly, I don't really mind that at all. That's completely fine. But look, it's just a nice experience. I feel like when I'm just trying to drive it normally, though, in Sport Plus, it feels like the transmission doesn't know what to do. Like, it doesn't. Before, like, I was like, when I was coming home, I was like driving towards a stoplight and I was in Sport Plus mode, and it was kind of like shifting up, shifting down. It was having a hard time predicting whether I was going to stop or whether I was going to continue, and I was just kind of like adjusting my throttle a little bit, and it was just kind of, and I felt the upshifts and downshifts constantly. Like, I felt it was being weird. It just doesn't seem to know what to do. But again, it's not one of these things that, like, you're going to put it in Sport Plus mode, not a lot, right? Like, you're just not going to do it. Usually I'm in like comfort mode or just the normal mode because it's just the most comfortable, and that's all I really care about. I mean, I look stylish. I've got like ventilated seats. I've got a massage seat for the driver's chair, and you know, I'm just really, really comfortable. Visibility's good. Got the turn signals in the gauge cluster. Got the digital rear view mirror. Got a decent amount of like visibility out of everywhere. There's no blind spots. I got these really nice orange seat belts. I mean, like that's what it's about, right? It's more about like the way it makes you feel more than it actually like rips your neck out, because you're not buying a GV70 to rip your neck out. I mean, I guess the electrified version would probably do it a little bit more if that's what you're looking for. But honestly, I kind of prefer the gas engine, and it's a genuine. There's no hybrid assistance. There's no plug-in anything. It's not even available. It's just straight up V6 engine. That's it. And I think people like that. People that don't want any type of electrification inside their vehicles are going to like the fact that this just doesn't have any of that, and that's completely fine with me. It's got really good cruise control. It's got Hyundai's, and you know, Genesis also has kind of the same system where it's just a dead center lane keep assist, where you turn it on and it'll just keep you right dead smack in the middle of that lane, and it'll follow it for you too, so you can turn on your adaptive cruise control and stuff, and you'll be completely fine and just enjoy the ride. That's what it is. That's what owning a Genesis GV70 is. It's just enjoy the ride, look cool, look rich, because you probably are if you can afford one of these things. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm by no sense the word rich, but I'm going to look it, and I'm going to play that part this week a little bit, and gonna have a good time doing it. Because look, whenever you find yourself behind the wheel of a Genesis, especially one with like these seats that are super comfortable, got good bolstering, the suede inserts are just yes, I'm happy in here, very, very happy. And I've got a pretty good sound system too, so hopefully I get a chance to check it out at night, because I think Genesis does have some pretty unmatched ambient lighting, so I'm going to try to do a little thing on that for you guys. Hopefully I can show you, but yeah, I'll pick it back up a little later. We're going to go over the exterior a little bit more in detail. Interior, I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you absolutely everything there is to see about this 2026 Genesis GV70 in case you want to buy one, you want to know what it's like to live with for a week before you do so. I'm the guy to do that with, so I'll pick it back up a little later. All right, welcome back outside with the Genesis GV70. I just got done at the office, and you know what? Oh man, this thing is so clean. Like, I just can't get over the matte paint color that we have here. It is just one of the best. I don't know how it's gonna do long term. I feel like I'd have to get some type of protection, extra protection for the paint, just to make sure it stays as pristine as it is. But it just makes the GV70 look even more like high class, high quality, and a little more sporty as well. It's just such a good look. And I really like what they've done with the rims this year. They've done such a nice job at, you know, kind of making these little marks on them, just making them slightly unique, right? I've only had experience with the GV70 electrified, so I really haven't seen nicer wheels on it yet. And I really like the trim of this front grille and the new badge here, but the trim, or like the way that it reflects off the sun, is just super nice. Look, I don't think you're buying a Genesis to really blend in, although the GV70 is quite a bit in traffic. I think more or less you probably buy the GV70 because you want to stand out, because it just does, and you kind of can't help it. It can't help it. It's gonna stand out like crazy, especially in this paint color. I mean, geez, it just look how like aggressive this roof line is here. This roof line right here is just super aggressive for the hood. Sorry, I said roof line, but I mean hood line. It's just super aggressive, and it feels, oh man, that's really hot, but it's really aggressive to the touch. Man, I just really like driving around in this thing. And I'm not even in sport mode. I haven't been driving it in sport mode very much at all. I'm pretty much in comfort mode the whole time, because, I mean, yes, it can do the sporty thing, but I don't know. I just feel like it's more luxurious than sporty, so yeah. And the back looks cool too. I do like what they've done. Let's actually see here. Did they hide the exhaust? No, they didn't. Ooh, it gets real hot back there. A little bit of a diffuser there too. I like kind of like this protective film here over this license plate. That's a good idea, because the Quebec winters are disgusting here, and that would be something that would protect it from those. So really good. Really, really good design here. I like the little bit of chrome here. Really matches with this here too. Very cool. Keyless entry, of course. Front end looks crazy. Good job, Genesis. The only thing, I mean, that would maybe make it look a little sporty is something we saw on the track day, where like they turned the headlights yellow. That would be crazy. that might give this matte paint color like an even crazier look. But look, in the current form, it's very, very nice. But let me know what you think. What do you think about the trim, the matte paint color, the new rims, the new kind of like slightly refreshed front end and rear end? I want to know what you think. I'll try to film it at night because I think there is some differences there that you can maybe see a little bit better. But yeah, to the untrained eye, you're not going to notice it. To the trained eye, well, now thanks to me, you're going to notice it a little more. But man, this thing just looks sporty, ready to go. I like it. All right, so back in the driver's seat of the Genesis GV70. Kind of wanted to go over some of the interior stuff while I'm here. It's a nice hot evening, so perfect time to do it. My AC isn't too loud, hopefully, but it should be fine. So let's start here with the steering wheel. Nice D-cut. I love the orange stitching through it as well. And we've got some physical buttons, right? It's not terrible. So for the cruise control, I've got physical buttons. I also can control some of the gauge cluster stuff. Volume controls is a roller, and then you kind of got like this BlackBerry swipe thingy, which I can control some stuff in the gauge cluster with. And I can also switch the track with it too by just gliding over. It's not terrible. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's also not terrible. I'll take it. Over onto the door, you can see we really have some nice ambient lighting all throughout here. It looks really, really clean, really, really good. I've got 2 sets of memory seat setting, the standard kind of window and door controls, but I like the door trim too. You can see it's like all orange, as well as this kind of nice carbon fiber trim. Got orange seat belts as well. Looks really cool. I love the orange and mixed with like the blue. You can see I've got like blue suede there. That's an awkward shot. Okay, but let's move on to the digital gauge cluster. So, you know, I can have a couple of different themes here. I'll try to go through them. It's this button right here. So yeah, so I go over, you can kind of have the map. So I can actually have like a full map if I want. If I go like this, and then I bring up the map here, check this out. So it really is all one screen. Like there isn't really a separation here at all. Like it's completely one screen, and you can go all the way from one side to the other. And oh yeah, it's showing me a charging station in Toronto. Cool. All right. And then you can have things in the middle if you want, whatever. So what I usually do though is I have it on just the two kind of want to have something media, but you can also change this widget here, and you can have turn by turn on. You can have, you know, navigation stuff, the power distribution, the oil temps. You can have the current trip doubled if you want, and you can also do the weather if you need to kind of check that quickly, or you just want that up all the time because you're obsessed with it. This is something I might actually use because I've got like that dad weather obsession where it's like, oh, it's gonna thunderstorm at exactly this time, batting that, like that's me, very much so. So it looks like it's gonna rain actually tomorrow, quite nice, and so that's gonna be fun to film in. But yeah, so you just leave it on media though. But you can have like different themes as well. So if I click this in, you can see it'll kind of switch the theming just a little bit there. But I kind of like this one. Looks pretty cool. That's where I tend to leave it. I've also got a heads-up display, which is nice. I got like a little sensor there. It's going to watch my eyes and cruise control and stuff. I also have buttons for the trunk, the hill descent, the traction control on or off, the illumination controls, which should be, there we go, at full, which look way better. And then, of course, we have our digital infotainment display. It's got a ton of stuff in there. I mean, like there's so many things in here that I would kind of take a second and go through it all. There's seat controls, there's terrain mode controls, there's different things, there's audio controls, and of course has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, stuff like that. You can kind of get into this here, the 3D setup, and you can just kind of pick and choose what you want. And then you can also do see inside. Obviously it doesn't get the interior color right, but that's okay. And you can change exactly what you want. So it makes it a little easier of a layout to follow should you need it, but it is there in case. You've got a couple of different like quick access buttons. They're not necessarily physical buttons. They kind of like tap back at you when they're like haptic feedback buttons kind of thing when you do that. And same thing with this HVAC control as well. It's all like haptic feedback. So it works okay, but you do have nice premium feeling knobs in here, which do make a big difference. I've got heated and ventilated seats for the driver and the passenger. I can also control the rear from here, but pretty much every time I press something on this little screen, it gives me a haptic feedback. It kind of feels like a button. I know may never be able to replace a button, but it kind of feels like that. I can change my drive mode from here. So when I do that though, you can see there's a couple of different theming things that happen when you change the drive mode. Pretty cool. can hear the engine noise kind of pick up and go down as I do that. Usually I'm driving around in comfort though. I didn't really take this to rip my neck out. I took it because it was really comfortable. I also got 360-degree camera. You can just see all around the vehicle with this thing. You can also get a nice overhead shot there. Very nice. I've got this little piece of jewelry here that feels like, you know, that I can control my digital gauge cluster with while I'm driving. Very nice, because when I'm sitting back, you can't actually touch it, right? So it's good to have. This also feels like a piece of jewelry right here. It's the gear selector. It's got like a fingerprint reader as well. That's more for like personal settings, so like map settings, seat settings, stuff like that. You can scan your fingerprint and it'll pick up on the profile. 2 standard cup holders, a nice little wireless charging pad, a little bit of storage up in there. We have on the passenger side, you get a really good shot here of these really nice suede seats with the orange stitching throughout. Passenger has a nice little space there. It's a little compromised by my baby seat, just slightly. You can see the legroom back there, though. It's pretty decent. It's quite a spacious SUV here. So I do enjoy it. I do enjoy my time in it. It's really comfortable. I love the way the bolstering holds me and stuff. But like I said, I'm not really driving it around in sport mode or sport plus mode. Like I will for filming, but that's kind of it. After that, I just go back into normal mode. I also really like the sunroof as well. It's quite nice. It lets like a decent amount of light in, but it's tinted. So like it's currently plus 30 outside, and it's like 7:30 at night, or in the evening, I guess, because there's still a bunch of light out. And like there's not letting that much sun in, so like everything kind of stays cooler in here, or as cool as possible. I also like these like little materials here as well. Like you can see like this like carbon fiber stuff. It's like a gloss, right? This gets dirty quickly, which is annoying, but this doesn't, so that's very good. But it does seem to scratch easy, which is maybe something you want to be careful about. But still, I like my time in this thing. I love the orange seat belts. I love the accents. It's a really good interior space just to sit, spend time with. So far, I enjoy it. But let me know what you think. I want to see what you guys think about the interior. How do you find the new updated interior? Because now this one screen and stuff like that, that's all new. It wasn't there last year. So this is kind of one of the bigger upgrades that the GV70 gets in terms of upgrades in general. Because the outside, like I said, untrained eye, you're not going to notice. But this you'll definitely notice. Let me know what you think. Are you still buying one of these? Do you think it's the best-selling thing for a reason? Let's see. All right, so back out on the road now with the Genesis GV70. Midway through the week here, and it has been hot. So thank goodness for these ventilated seats. I tell you what, oh my God. The AC in here has been really good. The automatic temperature control has been very easy to control and stuff. So yeah, no complaints there. It's just been usable and easy, and I've really, really liked it. But other than that, just driving it around town has also been really easy. And I'm mostly driving in comfort mode. Like I'm going to put it in sport now, or soon here once we get up there. Put it in sport plus just to kind of do it. But like honestly, there's not a lot of appeal for me there. It's just like, well, okay, cool, that's what it is. You know, I just like the comfort. I mean, yes, it can move. Don't get me wrong. 375 horsepower is plenty for really any SUV on the market, especially a Genesis, where, you know, sport is not really their thing for me. It's like it's just an added bonus. It's more the luxury. It's more like they've thought of everything, and the driver really has to worry about nothing. That's what it is. But don't get me wrong, this thing moves. Let's check it out. Like there is a little delay there, and you know, it's like a little, you know, but it's like it's still got it, especially like in the higher rev range. It's actually a little bit more powerful. But you can feel all the wheels in action, you know, especially in Sport Plus mode. I like the way that the steering wheel stiffens up. I like the way that the brake pedal feels and the throttle feels. Like it all feels good. There's a good amount of pumped in audio, I guess, if you like that. Kind of adds to the theater and the show, so I'll take it, right? But honestly, like doing a road trip or daily driving it to the office and back, like I've really had no need to put it in sport mode. It's just been so comfortable otherwise. And even in Sport Plus mode, like it's a little bit more rigid. Like you definitely do bounce and bump around a little bit more, but stuff like that makes you feel a little bit more connected to the road. So I get the point there. Like I guess if you're in Sport Plus mode, you kind of want to feel every bump and dip in the road. Whereas if you're in comfort mode, you don't want to feel any of that. And the vehicle does such a good job at just filtering both of those out. It does have the road preview, so it does kind of use its camera and GPS to kind of figure out if there's any bumps or if the road's uneven or anything like that, and kind of try to adjust the suspension accordingly, so that way the big bumps and stuff like that doesn't get its way to the driver. And I'll tell you, that system does a really good job. Like, when I don't want to feel bumps and I just want to have a smooth, relaxing SUV ride, that is what I get from the Genesis GV70 all the time. Handling is pretty good, not a ton of body roll. Really wasn't expecting much from it though. Again, like, it does feel pretty connected, pretty pinpointy, so that's good when you want it to be there. If for whatever reason you're taking this thing to the track, or I don't know, maybe filming a faster car with it, that's something I would do with it probably. But that's about it. I mean, other than that, you're just looking really cool, and you're not waking up the neighbors because, again, it's not what it's for. It's just convenient. You hop in, it drives really well, it's super comfortable. It got the digital rear view mirror, got the cameras in my turn signals, and I could do a road trip no problem. Fuel economy has been meh, 12.6 liters per 100 kilometers. It's okay, right? It's not terrible. Yours will probably be better because I've been sitting in parking lots just idling all the time. So yeah, it's not terrible though. I think it's probably going to get worse for me because it's hot outside. I have to leave the AC on when I'm filming, and I have to, otherwise, I have to take breaks and come back into the car because it's so hot outside. I'm just sweating buckets. So I have to come back in, take breaks, and then go back out again. So, like, I have to keep the car running. Because if I stop it from running, it just becomes a sauna in here too, and then I'll probably get heat stroke or something crazy. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, fuel economy-wise, it's all right. Not the greatest in the world, but again, yours will probably be better on the long term. And I drive a lot of, like, city, not a lot of highway, so I think that probably doesn't help. The commute that I have, actually, hybrids do a lot better. It's like if I get a hybrid, I can almost use only the electric, like especially a plug-in hybrid. If I get a plug-in hybrid, I can basically just use the electrics, the battery, and not use the gas tank at all. So that's the kind of commute I have because I'm a lot of city and less highway. So that's how it works for me. But yeah, overall, like, I think the driving experience is better. I do feel more comfortable now in this GV70 than any of the GV70 electrifieds that I've driven in the past. So that's good. I do like the new screen treatment and stuff like that. That's all very nice and very welcome here. So yeah, not a lot to complain about. It is expensive, but you kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you walk into a Genesis dealership. If you want a cheaper version of it, get a Hyundai. It's kind of what it is. They're not the same brand anymore, but they do share some similarities at their top ends. So it is still kind of thereabouts. So, you can do with that information what you will, but, they are still kind of there. But Genesis has done enough now to be called its own company and to be completely branched off. And that's how I consider them, but it's crazy. Some people still don't even know that Genesis exists. Anyways, I'm ranting. It still drives really well midway through the week. Very good Genesis. It's still comfortable. I'm going to take it out of Sport Plus mode now because it's not doing me any good. And yeah, I'm just going to rip around in comfort. There you go. All right, so got the engine compartment open now for our Genesis GV70. And it is for people who are probably anti-EV. If you don't want any electrification, this engine right here is going to be for you. 375 horsepower, and I forget the torque numbers, but I'll put them on screen worst case. And let's take a look at this thing. So, turn the camera around here, go into this. You can see it is a twin turbo V6. Like I said, no little battery, no snuck in little hybrid anything. This is just pure engine, pure performance. That's it. 375 horsepower is enough, but just look at this engine. I feel like there probably is or was more in the tank, and Genesis was like, look, we're not really about that too much. Let's just keep it. 375 is plenty, which it is, but we don't need to go any further. You can see it has even has a twin turbo badge right up here, which I like. So yeah, it's a decent looking engine compartment. I love a V6. I love looking at a V6, so hard to complain. All right, so back outside with the Genesis GV70 for one final time this week. It's just been an easy vehicle to live with. I think that's what it is, right? It's been luxurious, easy, smooth ride, really nice quality, looks like just sharp as ever. I mean, like, they did a slight refresh, right? But I mean, it looks so good. Even without the refresh, I think it still looks good. I love these daytime running LEDs. I like this new design emblem. I like how the grill's a little smaller too now. That really does make a difference. And this matte paint color is really, really sharp. I mean, I like the new rims too, but the matte paint color is what really, really does it for me here. I like the back as well, though. I like the little, it's a rear spoiler. I mean, you can kind of call it a wing, I guess. It jets out a little bit, right? We'll give it to them. But yeah, this color is really what will do it for you. Just coming up to it like in a parking lot or something like that, like, man, it just looks too good. Too good. And yeah, it's been solid. Like, the interior's also been really solid. Like, the one thing that people have been telling me all week is how comfortable it is to just drive in and live in and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's probably the selling point of it, is just how comfortable it is, how easy it is to use. And yeah, the road preview makes a big difference. Visibility is good, sound system is good. It's so quiet in here. The active noise cancellation is super good. So yeah, there's not really a lot of bad things to say about it, other than if you're looking for something that's dynamically good to drive, then I feel like it lacks a little bit compared to something like the BMWs or the Mercedes. It is what it is. I think Genesis will catch up eventually. They just haven't yet, but they do interior and exterior better than some of its competitors, and that is really important. So you're really gonna have to choose what it is that's important to you and then go from there. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right here for my week with the Genesis GV70. I've got like a day with it, but there's nothing left to show you here, so I'll leave it there. Make sure you like, subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one. I'll see you next week. See you in the next car. Take care.